Welcome to Classic Klondike Solitaire, and thanks for joining us. We're going to start solving the puzzle on the right at around the 3-minute mark. But before that, we're going to cover some basic terms, and then we're going to discuss the draw pile in detail before we actually start solving the game. So you may want to stick around to look at the draw pile part if you're already familiar with the terms. First off, the draw pile consists of 24 cards. It's arranged in threes, and of course it resets after every move, which we'll look at in a little more detail. There's also these foundation piles, which consist of aces. You can put cards up or down from the foundation piles. It can be important to be used later on. And of course, there are columns. There are 7 columns total. And of course, we can move kings into empty columns as we see fit. Our first priority is to focus on finding all the moves available in this column section right here. And after we do that, we will focus on this draw pile. Please note that your chances of solving this will go up dramatically, and you'll understand what I mean in a few minutes, if you can manage to save some early cards from the draw pile as insurance for later. Here we're going to briefly cover how the draw pile works. I'm going to be referring to the first row of the draw pile that I like to save for insurance. The reason why? Well, if we move one card, let's say we move this ace of clubs right here, what that's going to do is when it resets, it's going to affect how it resets. So the queen will be the next card we'll see up high, the 8 of spades, the 6 of spades, 10 of diamonds, 2 of clubs, king of hearts, and 4 of diamonds will be showing. That's if we move one card. Obviously, we move more than one. It's going to impact which cards show up later on. So if we move a card early on, it's going to impact the rest of the draw pile. That's one of the reasons why I like to save these cards for later if there's no other options available. Now, of course, let's take this to the next step. Let's say we move, instead of one card, we move 2 cards. And in this case, we're moving the ace of clubs and the 10 of clubs. What's going to show next? It's going to be the 4 of clubs. When we cycle through again, the 5 of clubs, 4 of spades, the queen's going to show, the king of diamonds, 7 of hearts, and of course the jack of spades is going to show. That's if we move 2 cards. Now let's say we find a bunch of good moves, and instead of moving 2 cards, we decide to move 3 cards. Well, in this case, there's going to be no impact on the reset, assuming only 3 cards have been moved. Let's say we move this ace of clubs, 10 of clubs, and deuce of spades. Well, the rest of the cards are going to look like this. The first card we're going to see is the 10 of spades. I'm going to see the 3 of hearts, 6 of hearts, king of spades, 9 of hearts, and of course the 3 of clubs. And last but not least, we'll see the queen of diamonds on the reset. This is something to think about strategically when you're moving cards around, as how that impact, and if you're looking for getting a specific card out of there to move some columns around. This is one of the things you want to focus on for finding those moves. All right, let's go ahead and get started with this here. And the first thing we're going to do is start moving some cards around to clear out the columns as much as we can. It looks like this is all we have. We're going to go to the draw pile. Again, we are saving this ace as insurance. This card we can move. Now, if it doesn't work out, we can always hit the undo feature and then move more cards from the back. Like I said earlier, I like to save a few cards for insurance just in case, and then you can look at different variations as well. I'm going to play that. I'm going to play this right here. And this is really good. We can move the ace up to the foundation pile and the deuce of hearts as well. We can move this ace up. We can move this ace up to the foundation pile. 2 different options here. There's a 9 right here and a 9 right here. Both of them are black. We're going to see how this one plays out. There's no more moves available on this one, so what we're going to do is hit the undo feature and see what we have here. That's good. There's an option there, so we're going to move the red 10 over there. We can move this deuce up to the foundation pile, and we're in good shape. We've got 2 open columns, and we can move a lot of kings. Another thing I'd like to point out is I'd like to move kings early from the draw pile, prefer to later, but sometimes there's very exceptions to that. So we're going to move this here. And let's see what else we have. We can move this. That's good. Going to save the 5 for later on. We can move the 4 of spades down. One of the things you want to be careful with, though, is moving these lower cards down. If you can't get them up to the foundation pile, it can bottleneck you early or later on. So we'll see how that goes. It may not be the case this time. This is good. We can move this. We can move this red queen, and we can move this black jack. More importantly, we can also move this 8, and we'll see what we got here. Nothing there. 3 of clubs. Nope, can't move that. We'll cycle through again. Again, we're saving this ace of clubs as insurance. We can move the 8. We're going to try that. And let's just cycle through and see what else we can move here. 3 of clubs, no. Queen, no. Okay, we'll go cycle through again. And we can move this 5. We're going to save this 5 down here anyway. 2 of clubs. Typically, I don't like to put these down, but in this case, we're going to put it down because we know in the bottom of the draw pile, we have an ace of clubs, so we can make the move later on and hopefully get this out of here. Because typically, if you were to move this down here and you didn't have an ace of clubs in the draw pile, which we have, you could run into problems where this would bottleneck you later on. And you couldn't move these cards up and you get stumped. So let's go through again. Going to try this red king. It might not be the move, but if we have a black queen, we can move that over there. Okay, that's the card we want to see. 4 of diamonds, and we're going to play this 3 of spades, see what's underneath there. 6 of diamonds, that's good because that opens up a column for another king. Going through again. Again, saving this ace of clubs. And it looks like that may be our next move because we want to get this black queen out of there. So we're going to use the ace of clubs. If you'll notice, if you remember the tutorial I gave earlier on manipulating the draw pile, that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to take this ace of clubs, we're going to play it, and then the next time we cycle through, this queen of spades is going to be right here, and we can put it here and then move this jack underneath it. So let's go ahead and play that. Going through again, and lo and behold, the queen of spades is right there. We can play the jack, and this, more importantly, opens up this king right here. But before we play the king, let's move some of these other cards up top. Deuce of clubs, 3 of hearts. I think that's about it right now. We'd like to move this deuce of spades, but we're going to have to move some other cards. Let's see what's under this king. And not the best. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, there's a move. The 7 can go. And we can move this red queen and black jack. The question is there a red 10 somewhere? We're going to move this up here. I think I did see a red 10 in there. So this is the card. We're going to see how it goes. Okay, that's good. We need to move a couple cards here. Let's go back. And here we have it. We're going to play this right here. I'm going to play this card right here. And it's going to reset. We're going to be able to move the 6 of spades over here, and that'll open up this card right here. And then we can play the 10, and that'll open up the 9, and we should be able to solve the rest of it from there. So we go through again, and here we have it. We have the 6 of spades. We're going to play that, and on the reset, this 10 should be up top, and hopefully we can open up a column for that king. So, okay, we have the 10 up top, and a lot of other moves available as well. Well, let's see, the black 10. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this 9 right here. That opens up this. And we're going to play the 5. The jack is there, a very important card, because that allows us to move this 10 down. We can move this 2 of spades here, 3 of spades. And what we're basically going to do is move all the cards we can up top into the foundation pile from the column. I think that may be it for there. Now we've got the 9, and that red 9 is very important because it allows us to move this column 8 over here. We can move the king, and the 6s can go straight up or it can go underneath. Either way, it opens up the column. 3 of diamonds, very important card. 4 of diamonds is important. We can move this up here. 5 of spades up top. 4 of hearts. 6 of diamonds, and that pretty much solves the puzzle. And of course, that is going to wrap this up. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this helped you out. Good luck.